Namaste. God in me honors God in you. Have you ever have you ever looked out at the chaos of the world? Things There's madness out there, let's face it, these days, and it seems to be getting worse and worse every single day. And it can be very overwhelming. It seems that time is accelerating. More and more events are packed into a shorter and shorter time frame. What used to take news events that used to happen once a year or once every 5 years seem to be happening every week. It's the changes and the speeding up of the matrix is quite staggering. Now, it can be overwhelming, and a few days back, I want to share something, an experience that I had, that I just cried out to God when I was feeling exhausted and there was just one thing piling on top of another. You know, every day the problems that in the life of a householder that you yourself would be familiar of. And I just said, God, this is madness. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Can you just slow things down a bit? It's getting crazy. Yeah, I just want to find some peace. Just calm things down. So a few days later, something happened that I want to share with you that helped me, and it can help you as well. I'll start off by saying this. There's ancient teachings from the sages of old, from our spiritual masters, who says that when the world gets overwhelming to you, first of all, they say that the world is an illusion. What you see out there is just an illusion. That's number one point. Number two, they say, in order to find peace, you will never find it out there. You need to go within to find peace. That's the second, remember that. And the third thing they say is that we are all one. Everything is connected, and you are all there is. So you say to yourself, I am all there is. I'm everything. Now, those three things, and the fact that I asked God to help me calm the rate of pace of life, which I'm sure every one of us is going through right now. I want to show you what was sent to me by the universe, the synchronicity of it. So I'm going to start sharing the screen. As you can see, you are seeing this pattern. It's a guide for coherent breath. Okay, and you should do this. It's very calming. And as I was watching this, I had certain epiphanies. I had certain realizations that I want to share with you that may help you as they helped me. As you look at this graphic, these lines which are going up and down, can you imagine that the lines that are going up and down are the chaotic events and objects in your life that you see? The news cycle, the constant bills, things breaking down, things needing fixing, your relationships going up and down, the stock market going up and down. Everything is in flux. The matrix sucks you in and you become overwhelmed. And can you see that these lines, these events in your world, as they are fluctuating up and down in chaos, if you imagine this to be your eyes, as you look through your eyes and you see these myriad events that are in total flux and chaos, you feel overwhelmed. But didn't someone say that all this is an illusion? Okay, let's go with this further into this graphic. Now imagine that these are your eyes. You see these? They're the shape like your eyes. And now imagine that you go within. So you're now in this blue region behind your eyes, and you go within into yourself. As you look out through your eyes, do you see that now you see, as you follow through, as you become behind your eyes, these are just vertical lines or events and happenings in your world. but they are steady. They are just objects. They are just there. It is you who are going through time and space and imagining that they are going up and down and in flux, but actually they're all steady. It's peace out there. Can you see in the perspective of you looking through from within, these lines, these events becomes a bit of an illusion. All those fluctuations are now moving at the same time. They are steady. They from a higher perspective from within, they're just there. They are no longer going up and down. There is no flux. There is no chaos. There is order. There are just these events in life, in time and space. So that tells you that all these events, all that, it's just an illusion. When you go within, there you find peace. There you find stillness. So the sages were right. According to this graphic, if you imagine it to be representative of life and how you go within, you see that going within gives you a higher perspective, and peace and stillness descends. The next saying is that we are all one, that you are everything. Now I want you to observe this graphic from another level of perception. As you see this graphic, you suddenly start, as you go across it, can you see how this looks like a twisted ribbon going sideways? Almost like a DNA strand. It is like a DNA strand that is going to the left, a spiral, a twisted ribbon, a vortex that is just going in infinite directions that way and infinite direction that way. It is never ending. It has no beginning. It has no end. And it is three-dimensional twisting, and that's all there is. Suddenly, that's all there is. What you thought were these objects separate from you as you look through your eyes into them in flux, suddenly it is a twisting ribbon. It is a twisting ribbon, right? It is a vortex in constant movement. It is like a whirling dervish. You become like a whirling dervish in an ecstatic state, connected to everything. And you see that all those things that you used to saw were separate from you, you are them. Did you see that? All this ribbon has now become the objects that you thought that were separate from you outside, causing you to be overwhelmed. And now you are them. And therefore, you are these objects. This ribbon becomes these lines. And you know you, from your perspective of looking behind the eyes, you are that as well. And therefore, you see that everything, there is only you. Your perception now is yourself as this whirling infinite vortex, dancing like a whirling dervish, the dance of life, and in a state of ecstasy. You become everything. You become connected. Everything is connected. There is only you. All these separate events, it's what you are. It's all connected. You see that? When I saw this, it blew my mind. It was absolutely amazing. And I hope it helps you to have a higher perception, and you realize that if you have a perception of separation from world events, they will overwhelm you. Look how many there are. Look at the state of how they are moving up and down. If you go behind, if you go within, you'll find stillness and peace. And then when you do that, there will come a stage where you will get a realization that there is oneness and connectedness of all things, and there is only you. And that you is your higher self, that you is God. I hope that helps you. It certainly helped me. Thank you. Namaste. God in me, honors God in you.